During the period of preparation and acquaintance with Paul the Apostle, the matter was for Saul to arise and go into the city, and there you will be told what you must do. He obeyed, and Ananias came to him after he had been blind for 3 days, praying. Ananias informed him about his future, and from the final count, it is understood that after spending days in Damascus, he secluded himself with his Lord in Arabia for 3 years. He returned inflamed with the same zeal he had fought with against Jesus, but now he testified for Jesus. When they tried to kill him, he fled to Jerusalem, where Barnabas welcomed him and presented him to the apostles. There, he preached so boldly that the Greeks in Jerusalem tried to kill him, so he went to Caesarea and from there to Tarsus, his hometown. We do not know anything about the time he spent in Tarsus or how he spent it, although many speculate that it lasted around 6 or 7 years, during which he established Christian churches in Cilicia. Paul the Apostle in the Antioch Church. We know that Saul stayed in Tarsus and its surroundings in Cilicia until the Antioch Church was established. Barnabas was sent to Antioch, where he remembered the young man who had converted, Saul, and recalled his ability to convince the Gentiles. He searched for him until he found him and invited him to Antioch. From there, Barnabas and Saul were sent to the Christians in Jerusalem with a material gift to help them during a famine. Then came the divine call to preach abroad, and thus began the missionary journeys of this apostle, which resulted in the spread of the gospel in Asia Minor, the Balkans, Italy, and Spain. Estimation of Paul the Apostle. If we consider Paul's transformation from one of the fiercest enemies of the church to a dedicated follower who devoted his entire life to Christianity, along with his purity, high status, intellectual strength, and the hardships he endured in preaching, from the time of his conversion on the road to Damascus to his martyrdom in Rome, considering all of this, we conclude that Paul was a unique man among Christians. He was a man without wealth, without a family, who faced a hostile world and enlisted in the service of Christ, whom he had once persecuted. Through his letters and example, he continues to influence the beliefs of believers and lead their worship across the globe. In all his service, Christ was in him, and his Spirit inspired him. Paul the Apostle wrote several important letters in the New Testament of the Bible. Among the most important letters written by Paul, the Apostle, are the following. Romans. The letter to the Romans is one of the most important letters by Paul, addressing important topics such as faith, grace, righteousness, and sin. 1 Corinthians and 2 Corinthians. These 2 letters contain Paul's teachings on issues like unity in the church, love, and the resurrection. Galatians. In this letter, Paul discusses the topics of grace, law, and the importance of faith. Ephesians. This letter focuses on topics like unity in Christ and the role of the church as a unified body. Philippians. It contains teachings on joy, prayer, and trust in God. Colossians includes teachings on the superiority of Christ and proper worship. 1 Thessalonians and 2 Thessalonians address issues like the end times and daily Christian living. 1 Timothy provides guidance from Paul to Timothy regarding his service as an individual and as a church leader. These are some of the most important letters written by Paul the Apostle, which have significantly contributed to shaping Christian teachings and guiding believers in that time and even today.
If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to receive all the new updates. If you would like us to talk about other personalities, write to us in the comments.